Good morning to everyone. Do I have an audio?
Good morning, sir. Yes, meron po.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Tapel. Good morning to our principal, to all our co-teachers, to all our to the barangay community leaders. Good morning to everyone, to our students and parents who chooses to join us this morning for another worthwhile and educative webinar. So we will start our session with the opening program. And so may I invite everyone to be ready, find your place wherever you are. And I will share my screen now.
This meeting is being recorded.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, sa silananan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang binirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisikin, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo pagaw, ay hinatang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang lang matawad mo'y nagbunay na naghihingi, makituwin at parang yakay na pangay di maghihingi. Lumang ang araw ng warhagin pagsingka, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng kangay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Oh my God, shit.
Ama namin, pakinggan mo po ang pagtawag namin sa iyong banal na pangalan. Basbasan mo po ang aming pagtitipon at kami kaluguran mo sa araw na ito. Pagyamanin mo po, Panginoon, at maging nakaayon sa iyong kalooban ang aming pagkikita-kita mula sa simula hanggang katapusan. Masalamin nawa namin ang layunin mong dakila sa aming buhay at may sagawa namin ngayon ang aming mga gawain na may kabutihan at pag-ibig sa aming kapwa. Kami po'y naninikluhod sa iyong harapan na kami iyong patnubayan at iwaksi sa aming kaisipan ang anumang masasamang kaisipan, inggit at pakikipag-alit sa aming mga kasama. Bigyan mo kami ng sapat na lakas at katalinuhan upang maibahagi naman namin ang aming makakaya sa aming mga kasama sa pagtitipon na ito. Panalangin namin ang lahat ng ito sa pangalan ng iyong bugtong na anak na si Jesus. Amen.
When I was 26, I was broke and working as a dishwasher.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. So once again, best morning to Bangkal High School. Best morning to our principal, Sir Lev Dakanay, to our learning facilitator, to our co-teachers in Bangkal High School, and the same time to all our community leaders headed by our dear Kapitan, Mario V. Montañez, and our education committee in charge, Kagawad Tricia Eusebio. To all our students, parents, good morning. So we are blessed today because we were given another chance to celebrate the 2021 Pride Month, and we hope that you will continue to join and participate in all our activities aimed at ensuring that inclusivity, collaboration, respect for the dignity of human rights will continue regardless of color, race, and gender. So for this morning, as we continue our journey in this celebration, may I invite may I call on our school head, our dear principal, who is very much supportive to our to all our activities. No other than Mr. Lev Albert C. Dakanay for the welcome remarks.
Thank you, Sir Carvajal. To everyone in the ESP group headed by Mr. Carvajal, thank you for organizing this event. To Barangay Bangkal headed by Kapitan Mario Montañez II and Education Kagawad, Tricia Eusebio, to the teachers, to the parents, and to our learning facilitator today, Ms. Santi Laino. Thank you for giving your time and expertise for the education of our students and for our parents. This morning, we will listen to our learning facilitator about understanding and respecting the LGBTQ in modern society. So it will be very important because listening is the start of understanding and respecting, which is the goal of learning about other people, about LGBTQ, and it is what binds us. And thank you and good morning to all of you. About other people, about LGBTQ.
Thank you very much, Sir Lev. Thank you very much for always there supporting our programs and activities, not only the activities of the ESP, the GAD and the guidance, but more so of all the activities of our school, because we know that these activities are not for whatever purposes, but for the honing of the heart and the minds of our students. So let's continue our program. So at this juncture, I would like to introduce to you our learning facilitator for this morning. So our learning facilitator for this morning is a graduate of BS Communication in St. Louis University. Attended a short course on gender and sexuality at Hong Kong University from 2007 to 2010. achievements includes being the vice president of the Ladlad party list from until the present, and the board of the trustee of Ladlad party list from 2010 up to the present. She's also a counselor motivator for HIV community-based screening in Baguio City, former internal affair head, Society of the Transsexual Women of the Philippines, former writer, segment producer of ABS-CBN Regional Northern Luzon, Baguio from 2004 to 2009. So without further ado, may I present to you our learning facilitator for this morning. Can we give a round of applause to Ms. Santi Aspirin Lino?
Yes, hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah. So, morning, everyone. We're going to talk about ngayon, no? About the LGBT community, Soji, and how do we respect them, di ba? We're going to talk about ngayon, no? But first, I would like to apologize for my voice kasi ito lang yung hindi napapalitan ng doktor eh. Anyway, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, okay lang ba yung audio ko?
Yes po, we can hear you.
Okay. So let me start with what are we really fighting for dun sa aming community, the LGBT community? Technically kasi we still have no law, national law na nagpo-protect sa aming karapatan. And from Ladlad party list po kasi, marami kaming nakukuhang reports, reports of discrimination, mga not only discrimination, no, meron 'di ba the latest issue was this trans man. She was born a woman and ni-rape siya, no, knowing na parang may thinking kasi tayo na pag ang babae or ang isang lesbian or isang trans man na-rape, parang ganon, magiging straight siya. So these are one of the things na gusto naming ipaglaban na yung belief that there's only one and only way to become man and woman. So this belief is the thing that we want to challenge because dito nagsisimula yung discrimination and the atrocious acts that is being committed to the LGBT community. Hanggang ngayon po, meron po tayong mga members of the LGBT community na natatangkal dahil sila po ay isang lesbiana or dahil po isa silang bakla. In my own experience po, no, the first time I experienced the discrimination was when I was applying in a call center in Manila. So nag-a-apply po ako doon. So during the interview, despite of my credentials, no, and everything, sinabihan ako nung nag-i-interview sa akin, the manager of that call center, na I'm so sorry, Santi, we don't hire men with boobs. So, parang, di ba? Sinagot ko na lang siya, bakit sa call center ba na ito na boobs ba ang boobs ba ang sumasagot ng tawag? And then we have this also a case na nag-report sa Ladlad na isang transgender woman na sexually harass siya. So nakakalungkot, no, na that time when she was actually it was already rape. Na-rape po itong trans woman na ito and nag-report siya, but sa batas po natin dati, no, I think nabago na siya lately, pero before, sa ating batas kasi, technically, lalaki pa rin yung isang trans woman, considered na lalaki pa rin. So hindi namin magawa ng kaso ito dahil sa batas po natin ang lalaki hindi pwedeng mang-rape ng kapwa lalaki. So na-dismiss yung case. And then so how do we I would like to discuss to you kung ano talaga yung pinaglalaban namin para but before that I want to discuss muna yung what is Soji. Ito yung mga tinatanong lagi na I mean we all heard about Soji but kokonti pa lang sa atin ang nakakaintindi kung ano ang Soji, sexual orientation and gender identity. So I will discuss this yung pinakasimple kasi nakakalito kahit naman ako noon nalito din ako kung ano ba yung Soji, ano ba yung LGBTIQ. So to better understand the community, our community is for me to discuss this first, no? So what is Soji? Soji is sexual orientation and gender identity. So what is sexual orientation? Sexual orientation is a person's sexual preference, kung kanino siya erotically and romantically attracted. And gender identity is a person's self-identification, kung ano ang tingin niya sa sarili niya. To put it in a more simpler way, sexual orientation is parang, let's put it this way, sino ang gusto kong makasama sa pagtulog? That is sexual orientation. And gender identity naman is sino ako sa pagtulog. So, the LGBT community is nahati po yan sa LGB, which falls on sexual orientation, and transgender is nagpo-falls sa gender identity. So let me start with lesbian. A lesbian is a woman who is erotically and emotionally attracted sa kapwa niya babae. And a gay man, gay is a man who is erotically and emotionally attracted sa kapwa niya lalaki. And bisexual is a person who is attracted to both sexes. So ito yung nag-ano ng sexual orientation, that is sexual orientation. And what is gender identity? Gender identity naman, the best example I can give you is myself. I was assigned male at birth, but life is so charmingly strange. I grew up and lived my life as a woman because I identify myself as a woman. So, very unfortunate lang na dito here in the Philippines, wala po tayong national law or wala tayong batas na nagpro-protect sa aming mga karapatan to our own interest. As I have said earlier, marami pa rin ang members ng LGBT community na natatanggal sa trabaho, neglected by their parents. Even in schools, we have reports na parang nadidiscriminate sila sa school. And walang nakagapos ang kamay namin. We cannot do anything dahil na-kick out itong batang ito dahil po isa siyang transgender woman or itong bata na to who identify himself or herself to the opposite sex. So ang ginawa naman namin dito sa Ladlad po, we go on the local level. For example, here in Baguio City, we already have an ordinance protecting the LGBT community. I think in Quezon City, in Cebu, in Pangasinan, on progress pa rin yan. But particularly in Dagupan City, meron na tayong ordinance na nagpro-protect sa aming karapatan. So bakit namin ito pinaglalaban? Dahil we demand for our rights kasi We are not asking or begging for our rights, but we are demanding for our rights. Kung ano yung we are fighting for equal opportunity, inclusion, and kung ano yung nai-enjoy ng pangkaraniwang mamamayan ng Pilipinas Yun yung gusto namin din maranasan. It's not about marami nagsasabi kasi na pinaglalaban lang namin ito dahil because of same-sex marriage. But it takes more than that, di ba? Mas priority namin kasi mabigyan kami ng equal na oportunidad sa work. Yung basic rights lang. The basic rights of Filipino person, kung ano yung natatanggap nila, yun din yung gusto namin. We are not fighting for special rights, but equal rights. For the same-sex marriage naman, though, even the community nahati ito sa ganito, no? Pero, because same-sex marriage, it takes more than that, no? Ibigay na natin sa simbahan yon. Sa amin, marriage is for the church na. Let's give it to the church na. But right now, the conversation right now is to give us a civil union na lang. Parang yung kung ano yung sa marriage, sa batas, parang yun hindi rin yung pinaglalaban namin for civil union. But for same-sex marriage, I think let's give it to the church na. Kung ayaw ng simbahan yun, then wala na tayong magagawa doon. And so, ngayon, one of the problems din ng mga, most especially yung trans women, di ba? Our problem right now, sa toilet issue na lang. Parang gano'n na hindi namin alam kung saan kami magsi-CR. So, lately, I think it was 2 years ago, di ba? May isang trans woman na gumamit ng public toilet ng pambabae, napusasan pa siya. So, ang pinoproblema namin ngayon, balang araw, baka pagdating ng panahon na problemahin namin mga transgender woman na magkasakit sa bato dahil ayaw na namin umihi dahil pupusasan kami, you know? So, basically, this is here in the Philippines right now, yun lang naman yung aming pinaglalaban. But sobrang naiinggit kami na in the US, in parts of Europe, sorry, in parts of Europe, masyado na silang advanced. Nasa conversation na sila ng yung economic status ng LGBT. Dito sa Pilipinas, parang hindi pa tayo makamove on sa toilet issue pa lang, di ba? So, I think it's better na lang for us to open our hearts and open our minds for us to understand na kung ano talaga ang pinagdadaanan at pinaglalaban ng aming community. So, I have this story na parang even my dad, dati very, very close kami ng dad ko. But when I came out as transgender, they rejected me. My parents rejected me. I thought I will never talk to them again. But lumipas ang maraming taon. I was elected as Board of Trustee of Ladlad. Tapos pinayagan na kami sa Ladlad ng tumakbo. My dad, I tried to call my dad. Then I was surprised that he picked up my call and nangamustahan kami. We talk about 30 minutes, mga ganon. And I said, Papa, pwede ka bang ma-interview from the US? A film producer wants to talk to you and talk about how it is to have a child na transgender. And surprisingly, no, he said yes. So we went there. I visited my dad, and I was really, really surprised and touched na ang daming sinabi ng papa ko, a lot of precious things he told about me doon sa nag-i-interview. And after the interview, he said to me, my daughter, ewan ko, nagbibiro lang yung tatay ko, no? But he called me his daughter. Hindi ko talaga maintindihan itong LGBT na to, sabi niya. Hindi ko maintindihan, but I am willing to try. My dad is somewhat yung parang yung typical na macho type of guy na yung sabungero, yung lalaki. How do you call this? Parang Very alpha, yeah. He's an alpha, and he's willing to try. So, what more could I ask? I hug him so tightly, and knowing that one man uh, who is willing to give up his power because he knew what he knew, that he loved his child, and he's willing to honor the journey of another person, my journey as a trans woman. So right now, very close na kami, though until now, he never understand na parang what is a transgender, what is a gay man, what is a lesbian, what is a trans man, ano ang Soji. He accepted me because he knew that he loved me. And that's all that matters. And as for the journey of Ladlad Party List naman, I'll be talking about yung journey ng Ladlad. It was founded by Danton Rimoto because Professor Danton Rimoto, because he feels na it is necessary na we go to the level politically in the Congress na ipaglaban yung karapatan namin, because he felt na hindi na kailangan manahimik, kailangan ipaglaban na namin to on the level of yung sa batas na politically. So I would remember na nagpatawag siya ng meeting that we will create a party. Sabi niya, oh, mga bakla, alin na kayo, we will create a party. So most of us, we thought it was a party. So naka-costume kami. So, mga bakla, hindi. Sabi ni Sir Danton, we will be creating a political party that will represent the LGBT community in Congress. Para doon sa Congress, doon natin ipaglalaban ang ating mga karapatan. So, okay, then we understand that. Then, so, we try to create a party list, and mahaba-haba din yung pinagdaanan namin, no? Number one, hindi kami napayagan nung una ng COMELEC na tumakbo because sinabi ng COMELEC nung first time namin tumakbo as a party list, under the party list system, sinabihan kami na we are phantoms. There's no such thing as the LGBT. There's no such thing as bakla. So, tinanong namin sila ngayon, kung phantom kami, that's very impossible. Kasi sa lahat ng corners dito sa Pilipinas, sa mga streets, lahat may parlor. At kung sabay-sabay tumalon ang mga bakla dito at saka lesbiana dito sa bansa natin, ay magkakalindol. So, unfortunately, the first time we were not allowed to run in Congress. So, the second time we attempted, it was in 2010 that we attempted to run in Congress. May banat ngayon na naman ang COMELEC. Hindi kami pwedeng tumakbo kasi using the Bible, COMELEC used the Bible and the Quran against us. Ang sinabi nila na we are not legible to run for Congress kasi we are immoral. Dahil doon, doon namin inatake ngayon yung COMELEC. Dinimanda namin sila sa Supreme Court because here in our country, in the Philippines, we have the separation between the state and the church. You cannot use religion or the church or basing it on morality. So, nanalo kami. In 2010, nanalo kami in 13-1, 13 votes against 1. So in favor of Ladlad. So pinayagan ang Ladlad party list na tumakbo in 2010. But it was just unfortunate that yung napayagan kami na tumakbo, it was only 10 days before the election. So paano kami mangangampanya noon? So anyway, nangampanya pa rin kami, pero kinulang lang kami ng 20,000 votes to get a seat in Congress. And the last time we attempted to run was in 2013 election. Kinulang na naman kami ng konting votes na lang, konting-konti na lang to get a seat in Congress. Right now, we are still discussing na we will again run for the next election next year. So ituloy pa rin po ang laban namin to get a seat, to have a voice in Congress, ang aming community. So that's all I can say for now. So Sir Paulo, if there's any questions, I can answer them na.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ma'am Santi, for that
Yeah.
very extensive, practical talk about how can we, respect and continue to support the advocacies of the LGBTQs.
Hmm?
So we really do not know na may mga ganun palang sitwasyon na, diba? Even in the workplace, even in school,
Yeah.
may mga ganun pa rin palang discrimination na
Yeah,
nangyayari. Very limited kasi yung, alam mo yun, balita.
Hello? Sir Paulo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah,
actually, ang dami ko pang gustong sabihin na yung mga mga discrimination, yung mga murder na ginawa, pero parang sabi ko kanina, parang ang aga-aga ata for me to discuss these things, di ba?
Yeah, at least you have said enough. Yun nga we are not that aware na meron din palang nangyayaring ganun. Kasi very limited. Very limited ang mga balita about yung mga highly sensationalized kasi yung mga yung mga nababalita against crimes against LGBTQs. Kasi kung titignan namin dito sa aming community, sa mga community na pinanggagalingan namin, we see that LGBTQs are esteemed, highly accepted by the community. Yun nga lang pala, meron pa rin pala at the national level. Mas malawak pa palang issues.
Yeah, I was interviewed before in CNN na isang French reporter, no. I was interviewed na parang anong pinaglalaban ninyo diyan sa Pilipinas? Sabi nila na diyan sa Pilipinas accepted ang mga LGBT. Sabi nila. Tapos that's why I want to correct na everyone na nag-iisip na accepted ang LGBT sa ating country, we are not accepted. We are just tolerated. So there's a big difference between being accepted and being tolerated. Kasi kung accepted kami, as I have always, na lagi kong sinasabi, it is far from acceptance kasi wala pang kahit isang batas na nagpo-protect sa aming karapatan. Number one din now na I want to emphasize yung case ni Jennifer Laude. I think everyone knows the case of Jennifer Laude. Itong bar girl na ito na pinatay ng foreigner, I think everyone knows that. Na dapat it was murder, pero naging homicide lang. So we are questioning ang ating constitution, actually, ang batas natin. It should have been murder. Bakit naging homicide lang? So pag ang isang babae pinatay, ang isang lalaki pinatay straight, murder, pero pag part ng LGBT pinatay, homicide lang. So these are the questions, no, na parang china-challenge namin. So ayun nga, we are not really accepted, but we are only tolerated.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Santi. So we are now opening the floor to our participants here in the Zoom, and also, actually, Ma'am Santi, we are being streamed live in the Barangay Bangkal Education Facebook. So maaring ilan lang tayo dito sa Zoom, but we are being listened, being watched in the whole of Bangkal, and baka nga mailagay pa to sa YouTube. At least we are yung mga yung mga advocacies natin, it will be heard, no, not only here in Bangkal but more,
That's
no,
great.
sa
Ang dami kong friends
mga mas
sa
malayong
Bangkal.
lugar.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, my dear co-teachers, students, parents, and community leaders, we are now opening the floor for the question and answer.
Yes, this is my favorite part, question and answer action.
Okay, anyone?
Nagbe-breakfast pa ata sila.
Oo. Actually ako, ma'am, meron akong naging situation before.
Yes, yes.
Kasi that's actually our juniors and seniors promenade, no? Alam naman natin ang very purpose ng JS, no? And so we've conducted a lot of we've conducted what do you call this, orientations among our students, no? Yung question of can we wear, for example, yun nga, no, if yung gay student namin are, can we wear yung mga gowns, mga ganyan, no? And I personally answered no, because as we all know, JS is teaching us something to be ganito, ganyan, proper curriculum, something like that, proper decorum, ganun. So that student was informed ahead of time, no? And then during the time of our JS, dumating siya, grabe. Naka-gown siya. Ang ganda-ganda niya actually. Ang ganda-ganda niya. Super. Lahat na yata na superlative masasabi ko sa kanya. And naka-gown lang siya. And nandun yung dilemma on how we will respond to that situation. And actually I asked my co-teachers how to deal with it. I even consulted a friend from the Makati City Hall who is also very active in gender and development activities. Yun. And unfortunately for that student, we explained it to him na from the very beginning, we were clear na ito ay, kumbaga, something na, kumbaga at the end of the day, talagang hindi namin din siya pina-join kahit na inatid na lang din namin na So, while listening to your talk, well, I just don't know if I am personally responsible for that. Yun po.
Well, sa akin lang naman, di ba, katulad ko before, actually, I really like sharing, no? Parang, hopefully, pag natapos na yung pandemic, we can do this. Kasi nakakamiss talaga yung one-on-one, you know? So, in high school kasi, when I was in third year, ako yung nanalo ng King of the Night. I was in third year. And then, the following year, fourth year na ako, medyo, sabihin na natin, lumadadlad na ako, no, in my fourth year. I attended my JS prom in fourth year, naka-gown na din ako. So it created a lot of, it was not my purpose. Personally, this is very personal, hindi ko gine-generalize po, sir, no? Pero I identify myself as a woman. And that time, parang, it is time for me to come out. You know, parang, to show to everyone na kung sino talaga ako as a woman. So it's not my intention na gumawa lang ng controversy or para pagchismisan. I went to the JS prom, naka-gown, and actually, it's very, I was overwhelmed. Everybody, my classmates, from my teachers, actually, they all appreciated me. But because it's about the behavior naman din eh. Parang, I was there, hindi naman ako yung very loud that time. Prim and proper naman. So, na-overwhelmed din ako na and then, somehow naman, my dad, that time, parang, it's just, iniisip niya siguro that time, baka face lang yan ng pinagdadaanan ni Santi, di ba? Pero, my teachers, my classmates all supported me during that time na hindi naman ako gano'n na-discriminate, but I was actually appreciated, di ba? May mga inggitera lang, syempre, di ba?
Okay, thank you very much po, Ma'am Santi. So, again, may I encourage my co-teachers, dear parents, any sharing of ideas, no? Students, no? Anything? I'm actually looking at the comments of our, so far, wala pang tanong. Mga kasamang guro, meron ba tayong gustong itanong? This is our time. We have here a very distinguished guest, no? Vice President ng Ladlad Party List. So I think it's high time for us to let's make the most out of this activity.
So, Sir Paulo, di ba, mostly naman mga teachers din yung mga participants. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. We have teachers here, we have parents, and of course, we have, sabi ko nga po, may naka-live stream tayo sa Bangkal Education Live. So far, Bangkal Education FB po. So far, wala pa naman pong nagtatanong dito.
Yeah. Kung wala pa nagtatanong, so I would like to share lang kasi one of the common questions kasi regarding sa school, di ba? I think I really forgot. I think it's in Dagupan. I was asked kasi hindi nila yung mga teachers hindi din nila alam i-handle ang student na part ng LGBT. For example, yung may isang yun nga yung sinasabi ko. I think it's in Dagupan high school din siya na gustong magdamit babae, mag-uniform ng pambabae. And they don't know how to handle this kasi baka ma-discriminate natin yung bata, parang gano'n. They're also worried. So they asked me kung paano i-handle yan. And I said, rules are rules. We have to stick on the rules. Yeah, transgender siya, pero technically kasi wala pa tayong gender recognition law, no? And I want to discuss these things maybe next time na lang kasi mahaba-haba din siya. Wala tayong gender recognition law. Meaning to say, even me, who identify as a woman, I'm still not recognized by the government, by the state, na babae. So we still have to stick with the, lalo na sa mga sa schools, we have to stick with the rules na pag lalaki ka, magdamit lalaki ka. And I think the only advice I can give to sa mga teachers who are in the situation then na doesn't know how to handle students, I think they should explain it to the students with compassion. Diba? Na we cannot allow you to wear this na because it is the rules of the school na ang lalaki mag-uniform ng panlalaki. Parang ganon. I think may question na. Hello?
Actually, meron po ditong question coming from one of our student.
Sander.
Ma'am, Sander A. Ma'am, if natupad yung hangarin nyo na ipatupad yung batas, anong batas po ba yung gusto nyo implement? So Sander, maybe you could expound more your question to Ma'am Santi. You can turn on your microphone, your audio, so you can speak with her.
Ma'am, yung sabi niyo po kasi na gusto niyo pong ipatupad yung batas, yung gusto niyo pong protektahan yung LGBT community sa public po, yung gusto niyo pong ma-acknowledge yung batas na yon. Tapos, ayun nga po, ano pong yung gusto niyong batas na ipatupad? Kasi po, di ba madami pong batas na pwedeng ipatupad?
Yes. Siyempre, hindi namin lahat makano yan. Yes. Ang amin lang naman, the wrong concept na alam ng mga tao, ang linalaban namin is yung same-sex marriage nga. But that's not true. The way support same-sex marriage, yung batas na gusto naming implement lang is number one, safe workplace for the LGBT community. As I have said kanina, na may mga LGBT pa rin na natatanggal sa work dahil sila po based on their sexual orientation or gender identity. And it is all based in facts. Meron po kaming reports na natatanggap at saka nakafile po ito na natatanggal sila because of their sexual orientation and gender identity. Natural, sa amin, mas priority namin mabigyan ng trabaho, ng pangkabuhayan, yung mga LGBT community, yung aming komunidad. Mas importante ito kaysa same-sex marriage. For same-sex marriage kasi, mahaba-habang pang usapan ito, no? Number two, yun nga sinasabi ko, yung ang tinatawag na hate crime, 'di ba? Isa rin sa pinaglalaban namin ito sa batas na, for example, yung sinabi ko kanina kay Jennifer Laude, it should have been murder. 'Di ba? Bakit homicide lang siya? So pag naipasa yung pinaglalaban naming batas like yung sa hate crime, protection for the workplace at saka sa yung mga pangkabuhayan ng LGBT, ito ang aming pinaglalaban. At saka yung sa eskwelahan din po na may karapatan pong pumili yung mga LGBT kung anong eskwelahan din ang kanilang gustong pasukin. Kasi meron din mga ibang schools na hindi tumatanggap pag alam nilang LGBT or nakikick out. And these are all based in facts. Meron po kaming reports and files na nangyayari po ito. Hindi lang po ito ka-etyosan. Parang ganun po. Yes.
Okay, so Sander Aid, did Ma'am Santi answered your question?
Yes, sir.
At saka
Thank
hindi
you po,
dahil
ma'am.
sa batas pinaglalaban
Okay,
namin para makasali kami ng Miss Universe or Binibining Pilipinas. It's more than that.
Okay. Kabog sila pagka pumayag pa sila.
Hindi rin.
Okay. Sige, thank you, Sir Sander. Thank you, Ma'am Santi, for the response. So, other more questions to Ma'am Santi? Ma'am Santi, by the way, as far as I remember, we have that already yung Safe Spaces Act, no? Hindi pa rin ba covered ang mga LGBTQs doon? Talagang yung mga straight lang ang covered doon?
Yun nga yung nagkakaano din eh. Kasi, I wouldn't blame also, I will not blame yung mga nag-implement ng batas na ito, like yung mga pulis. Kasi, ang ngayon, kapag merong discrimination na nangyari sa LGBT, pwede daw silang tumakbo sa Women's and Children's Desk. Pero kasi, kahit naman yung nasa Children's Desk, Women's and Children's Desk, most of the time, hindi nila alam kung paano i-handle yung transgender issues, yung mga ganun. So, right now, we just talk to them. We do Soji 101 sa mga ganyan. Pero actually, wala pa talagang wala pang pangil, sabi na natin. Even the ordinances, the local ordinances, wala pa siyang pangil eh. Hindi pa siya masyadong nai-implement. For example na lang, I will say this over and over again, no? Yung nangyari sa Quezon City before, which is Quezon City has an anti-discrimination ordinance. Pero nangyari pa rin yung napusasan yung yung isang transgender na nag-CR sa pangbabae. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Santi. So other questions? Okay, so far So far, wala naman na po. Okay,
Ayan.
so, okay.
I think
Ma'am
sa live
Carol,
daw.
you may address your question directly to, okay. Sige, you may speak. If you have question with Ma'am Santi, you can introduce yourself, identify yourself, and then you ask Ma'am Santi your question. Sige. You can unmute yourself. So far, Ma'am Carol, ayun, kay Ma'am Kathleen, the treasurer of the PTA, no? So, how do we know what pronoun to use if we are unsure?
Very good question. The only way you can know the pronoun is to ask. Diba? Example, for example, ako, diba, let me give you a situation. Waiter ako, kunyari, I'm a waitress. Hindi ako sure kung anong pronoun ang gagamitin ko. Then I have to ask in a respectful way. Example, excuse me, how would you like me to address you? Diba? Parang ganon. Kasi nakakalito din naman talaga. For example, si Vice Ganda is one of my friends din. Kung titignan mo, akala mo trans woman siya, di ba? Si Vice Ganda. Pero he identify himself as gay. So if he identify himself as gay, the pronouns should be used is he, not she kay Vice Ganda. Because he identify himself as gay, not as a woman. And yun nga, the best thing to know is to ask properly na ma'am or excuse me, how would you like me to address you? Parang ganon. Sir?
Okay, so Ma'am Kathleen, are you hello Ma'am Kathleen, are you satisfied with the answer of Ma'am Santi? Okay. Now, Ma'am Emmy, one of our co-teacher. Oh, anyway, nandito po ba si Ma'am? Nasa live pala si Ma'am Kathleen. Anyway, Ma'am Emmy, you can now address your question to Ma'am Santi.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning po.
Yes. Ang pretty mo.
Ay, nako, ngarag na ngayon eh.
Okay, ito po yung question ko tulad ng nandito sa may chat box natin. Sa mga pinaglalaban niyo pong batas for LGBTQ+, how can you assure equal rights naman po sa mga female and male? Wala po ba kayong nasasagasaan ng mga karapatan nila?
Yun din yung inaano ko, di ba? In all my speaking engagement lagi, sinasabi ko rin naman na in order for us to gain respect for our rights, we have to honor the rights of someone. And I think that question, I think, is parang nag-aano yan doon sa ano eh. Alam mo yung mga transgender na sumasali ng pageant, sa pangbabaeng pageant. Naputol ba ako? Hello?
Yes po.
Ay, sorry. Akala ko kasi minsan
Hello, ma'am.
pagpahingin masyado, akala ko napuputol ako. Sorry for that. For example na lang,
Okay lang
no?
po.
Remember yung the first time na merong isang transgender woman na sumali sa Miss Universe, nagkagulo dito sa Pilipinas, di ba? Actually, dito lang naman sa Pilipinas yung maraming yung hindi pa rin maintindihan the concept of transgenderism, no? Anyway, akala nila pag ang isang transgender woman sumali ng pageant na pang cisgendered woman, or sabihin na natin na nag-CR sa pangbabaeng CR, dinisrespect na namin yung nanay namin, yung mga kababaihan. So, actually, it's not a disrespect. I don't think na dinidegrade namin ang mga babae na pag sumali kami or naging part kami ng sa women's right then. Because for us transgender, in particular mga transgender women, we are also feminists. We are also fighting for women's right because we are also a woman. Yun nga lang, we were born as a man. Do you get it, ma'am? Sir?
Yes po.
So I think hindi ano po parang hindi naman po disrespect sa amin, in particular trans women, it is not a disrespect to the cisgendered women. When I say cisgendered women, ito yung mga babae na pinanganak na may kipay. Can I use the word? May kipay na nagkakagusto sila sa opposite sex. So they are called the cisgendered women. So actually trans women and cisgendered women. Trans women ako 'yon. Cisgendered women yun yung mga sabihin na nating quote unquote biologically women. Yes, anything more? Hello.
Okay, thank you very much. According to Ma'am Emmy, she understand your answer naman, Ma'am Santi. So, any other?
I have to be honest, Sir Paulo, parang when it comes to this, kasi like, even nahihirapan akong mag-explain yung about transgenderism kasi nga, hindi ko naman sa minamaliit yung utak ng mga mga kababayan natin, Kasi when I attended seminars sa ibang bansa, iba na yung iba na yung situation doon. I mean, sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, super late na tayo. I mean, as I have said earlier kanina, yung conversation sa ibang bansa, most especially in Sweden, in France, in the United Kingdom, the conversation there is more on economic status na ng mga LGBT and transgenders, parang ganon. Yung dito sa Pilipinas, hanggang ngayon hindi pa natin naayos kung saan kami magto-toilet. Do you get what I mean? Hindi pa tayo maka-move on sa issue na yon. Samantalang super advanced na yung sa ibang bansa, the LGBT rights movement in other countries are so advanced na tayo huling-huli na. We're too much late.
Yeah, we understand that, Ma'am. That's why actually we are doing this activity to raise awareness, no? And
yes,
then
I really love this kind of activities, no? Parang this kind of conversation, I really love this kasi this activity dito yung somehow do na naiintindihan ng mga tao, ng mga kababayan natin the real situation of the LGBT and how would they respect us kung kumbaga nagkakakilanlan tayo ng mabuti.
Yeah, kasi well, I do believe in that kasi as we educate our students, we are trying to raise also their awareness on certain issues that affect them as a student, and baka naandun din sila sa ganung sitwasyon. So at least magkaroon ng awareness, and then after awareness there will come a discussion, no? Kasi ayaw nating pag-usapan yung mga ganitong bagay in the open. Kasi parang
true.
Parang we consider this a waste of time, pero hindi kasi this is a situation where at the end of the day we will be more accepting, we will be more inclusive in our policies and decision makings that we are going to make.
That's very true, sir. And because of that, pwede ako mag-share lang ng isang
Sige po.
2 years ago, di ba, are you familiar with Pride March, yung mga ganon? Di ba, every June every June nagkakaroon tayo ng Pride March. Ito yung parang, let's say, parada ng mga LGBT. But it's more than parada, no? 2 years ago in Manawag, Pangasinan, because iniisip ng marami na pag LGBT ka, against ka sa church. 'Di ba? Pero ako and most of my friends in Manawag, Pangasinan, kasi I was raised in Pangasinan, no? We are very attached to our spirituality. As a matter of fact, before we are part in we teach children in Manawag Church. May summer camp doon, and most of the LGBT community nandoon kami to teach children how to sing. Yung summer camp ba? So personally, I'm very rooted to my spirituality din as a Catholic. So 2 years ago, we had sorry hindi ko na ano yung picture, but I have it on Facebook na we had a Pride March starting with the blessing of the church, of the Manawag Church. So bakit sabi ko naman, 'di ba, na parang hindi naman kailangan maging against ka sa church. And the story was, if you know the story of Our Lady of Manawag kasi is Manawag in Pangasinan is to call. Parang ganon. She is the lady who calls. And she calls her children. So, when we have this discussion nga, na parang, it is high time, sabi ko, na i-recognize din ng mga LGBT na our spirituality and our mother calls us. So, it was very a touching moment for me na we had nagkaroon kami ng misa exclusively for the LGBT community in Manawag Church with the blessing of the church authorities. 'Di ba? Syempre hindi naman kami pwedeng yung parada namin doon, yung parade, walang naka-brat panty. We are all modest naman when we do that parade in Manawag. Yun lang, share ko lang 'yun.
At least the authorities in Manawag are, you know what, open-minded, more inclusive in their work and in their policies. Now that's why yun nga, we are doing this because we would like to raise awareness.
Correct.
And also
thank you,
we
sir.
hope
Thank you, sir,
pag
for
may awareness na yung mga bata, yung mga magulang, magkaroon tayo ng discussion, academic discussion on how we can respect all these people na hindi naman natin yan, kumbaga, they are there to stay. You are here to stay.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Diba? So how can we respect you the way you want it? No? So that's the very main purpose of this activity naman.
Sir Paulo, no, let me take this opportunity to thank you na binigyan niyo ako ng pagkakataon to be part of this conversation. It's such a great honor, Sir Paulo.
And the honor is ours, Ma'am Santi. So, if meron pa po ba? If we have more questions here. Okay. Ma'am Peaches, you are recognized. Ma'am Peach is one of our teacher in Bangkal High School, especially in our department.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Best morning,
Hello.
Miss Santi.
Good morning po.
Ayan, kasi do you believe that life would be easier to handle if you were straight? Kasi di ba ang dali?
I don't believe that.
Kasi di ba madali namang sabihin na putting yourself to the shoes of others. Pero di ba po? Pero pag ganyan yung katayuan, yun nga, member LGBTQ, tapos may mga hatred or yung may mga ganun pong na-experience, may mga pagkakataon ba na dumating sa buhay mo na naisip mo na sana straight na lang ako, something like that?
Dati, naisip ko yon, no, na parang, ay sana straight na lang ako para mas magaan yung buhay. But then again, recognizing the struggle of other people, it's just the same thing for a woman, for a man, for a lesbian, for a black person. We all have our struggles individually. Diba? So, I don't think na mas easier sa akin kung straight ako. Kasi may mga straight people din naman na nag-i-struggle even though they are straight. So I think it's just a matter of recognizing others' struggle then and help them endure. Diba?
Okay po. Tama rin naman. Thank you, Monsanti.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Kasi syempre, iba pa rin pag yung sa'yo mismo yun nanggaling eh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Peach. Okay. Meron pa po ba? So far, here in the FB Live, wala nang question dito. Here in the Zoom, wala na rin. Okay, so maybe we could proceed to the next. Ma'am Santi, we would like to, in our own simple way, no, recognize your effort, your sharing for our school. So may I read the citation? Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, National Capital Region, Schools Division Office of Makati, Bangkal High School awards this certificate of recognition. Wait, hindi pala siya okay, medyo. Awards this certificate of recognition to Santi Aspirin Lino in grateful recognition for her dedicated service to the school as learning facilitator for the topic Understanding and Respecting LGBTQs in the Modern Society during the 2021 celebration of the Pride Month, given this 28th day of June in the year of our Lord 2021 at Bangkal High School, Philippines. So, signed by our dear principal, Sir Lev Albert C. Dakanay. I hope we can send you the original certificate, no, Ma'am Santi, and we will communicate. We'll continue to communicate kasi we will be having more sustained projects for this.
Yes.
So can we give Ma'am Santi a round of applause? I-on muna natin yung ating mga audio. Parinig natin kay Ma'am Santi yung ating appreciation.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Ako dapat magpasalamat po. Thank you.
Okay, sige.
At saka, sir.
So, yes,
sir, pagpasensyahan nyo na po yung ano ko ngayon kasi actually kakatapos ko lang ma-COVID. So medyo, you know.
Kamusta na po kayo?
I'm good. Like, okay na kami. 2 days ago, okay na kami nung mga kasama ko sa bahay. So pwede na akong lumabas. I am negative na. So kakagaling ko lang sa COVID. Kaya medyo hindi ako fresh.
Opo. Good to hear that, ma'am. Mabuti naman po at nalagpasan ninyo ang inyong pinagdaanan about COVID. Okay,
yes,
so and for the last part, again, I would like to give my big thanks to our principal, Sir Lev Albert Sidakanay, for continuously approving our activities, to the Barangay Bangkal officials, headed by our dear Kapitan Mario Vic Montañez II, to our Kagawad in charge of education, Ma'am Tricia Eusebio, Kagawad in charge of social service, Sir Allen Policarpio, sa lahat po ng mga gumagawa dyan sa barangay, maraming salamat. Sa aking mga kasamang guro sa Bangkal High School, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta ninyo sa gawain ng ating paaralan. Sa mga magulang, sa PTA, maraming salamat. Sa mga mag-aaral, no? Sana talagang whatever bits of wisdom Ma'am Santi shared to us now will endure in us para we will be more inclusive, respectful, and accommodating in all sa lahat ng mga sa lahat ng tao regardless of, no? Actually, that's our aim, no? That's the aim of education, no? For us to be able to understand life, no? And be able to survive, be able to produce something good out of.
Yes.
Okay? So, thank you very much to all of you.
Yes,
And
can I
so
have my
may I
last words
invite,
po, Sir Paolo?
yeah, sige po, ma'am.
Yeah, for my last words, no, let us put in our minds, in our hearts po, no, my dear parents and teachers and students, na ang pagiging LGBT po ay hindi kailanman naging masama sa mata ng Diyos at sa mata ng batas, kung hindi rin siya ang gagawa ng sarili niyang ikasasama. Maraming salamat po.
Wow, that's parang nagkaroon tayo ng summary
Thank you very
lahat
much
ng diniscuss
po.
sa atin ni Ma'am Santi.
Thank you po.
Okay, so again, as usual, may I request all of you to open your videos for our, as usual, traditional picture taking.
Gaganda
Ayan.
pala po.
Ma'am Peach, nakapagpabakuna ka na? Babalik ka pa?
No, sir. Mamaya na lang kaming 4 to 6. Pero ready na
Okay,
sana
sige.
kanina to go.
Oo,
Ay,
sige.
na-receive nga ng message. Shout out sa
Sige.
student ko, Sander High.
Ay,
Student,
9 Unity.
turn on your
On cam na
videos.
po. On cam na.
Teachers, pa-on po ng videos.
Kylie and Lama. Bernal.
Don't miss this opportunity na makasama natin sa video si Ma'am Santi. Or maybe pagka okay na ang sitwasyon, ma-invite natin siya rito sa kaso baka nasa Pangasinan.
Mas gusto ko yung one-on-one. Nakakamiss makipag
Face sana. Face to face.
Totoo. Iba rin, ma'am,
Actually,
no?
ma'am,
Yes.
last Friday we had a session with during our opening
Ay,
we
very
invited
good. Meron
Ma'am Jana
tayo.
De
Ay,
Leon.
Harold. Very good. Kasama si nanay. Asa na si
Okay, so are we ready?
Ready.
Okay, sige. Ma'am PSP, pakitulungan ako sa pag-picture ha. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, that's page 1. Oh, walang naka-on sa page 2. Oh, anyway.
Tapos nandun yung name nila.
1, 2. Okay. Ma'am Santi, we are looking forward of in meeting you in person.
Very
hopefully.
good.
Yes,
Kasama
yes.
ka yung student ko. Belanghel,
Opportunity
andyan ka.
allows us,
Paramdam po.
magkapadaong palad po tayo.
Ayan,
Yes,
si
po.
Harold.
Maraming pong
kasama
salamat.
si Mami.
Maraming
And I
salamat
will
po sa
end
lahat.
this session.
Picturean ko, Mami. Picturean.
Thank
you. And
Thank
I will
you,
end
thank
this
you.
session in 3,
Thank you very much sa mga
2,
parents
1.
na sinamahan ng kanilang mga anak.
True.
The recording has stopped.